Now, the best way to deal with narcissists is to not have to deal with narcissists. That's right, you can stop narcissistic abuse long before it even has a chance to begin. And I want to help give you a few simple things to think about in order to make this a reality. My name is Kevin, and this is the Royal We out here on a beautiful lake. It's so nice out. I had to come out and spend some time with you out here on this lake. Before I begin, I want to let you know that I'm here for your support. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. I am starting a brand new group coaching program that I am super excited about. Jump in there. You can't afford to miss it. It is daily live coaching sessions with me, Monday through Friday. Live chat is available. There's also things like group activities and support. There's motivations, even a workout routine that I'm going to be starting so that you can stay physically fit as well as mentally and emotionally fit. So if this sounds interesting to you, head on down there after this video though. So now we're talking about how to stop narcissistic abuse before it even has a chance to begin. You have the power to do this. It all starts right with you. Let's talk about 3 simple things that you can consider before you get involved too deep in any relationship. I want you to write these 3 things down. 3 primary things for you to think about. All right? Keep this with you for the rest of your life. Number 1, are you feeling lost in life? Listen, we all go through periods of time where we feel lost. Maybe because you quit a job. Maybe because you moved to a different city or a new state. Maybe because you've left a certain group of friends because they're no longer good for you. Whatever the case may be, you might be feeling lost. It's something that we all experience. Now, these moments of feeling lost are a delicate time of self-discovery. It's a time of rebuilding yourself. It's not a good time to get involved with somebody intimately. Why? Well, because you don't even know what you want yet, right? That's what being lost is all about. You're in a self-discovery mode. So if you take a self-discovery mode that you're in, this vulnerable place, and you get involved with somebody intimately, well, guess what? You're just going to follow them. And narcissists are excellent at saying, hey, come with me. Let us fill our time together, wasting it on whatever. And it's like the blind leading the blind, and what happens? Both fall into a pit and die. So narcissists are actually out there. They're predators in a way of looking for people who are lost. So if you're in a place of feeling lost, it's not a good time to get into a relationship. Understand that being lost is normal. But this is what I'm here for. Contact me. Get involved in the group coaching program. There's resources available to help you sort out what it is you're looking for in life, transitioning in life. All right? Second thing I want you to consider now is, are you feeling lonely? Write this one down as well. It's a big one. Now, a lot of times people don't like the idea that we can feel lonely, right? As a matter of fact, a lot of people fight against that. I'm not lonely. I may be alone, but I'm never lonely. Well, listen, the reality is that we all experience moments in our life. And by moments, I mean it could last a day, it could last a week, it could last an entire year, where we feel real loneliness. What can trigger loneliness? Well, loneliness can be detaching from an abusive marriage that you were in. Finally being divorced and being out of it, or maybe just out of away from a family. You finally have gotten out from a family that was no good to you, right? You can go through periods of feeling lonely. Other things trigger loneliness. How about looking at social media, right? Seeing friends that are out, married, doing whatever, and you're not. Holidays can trigger loneliness because you see people and families getting together, experiencing 4th of July, having a great time, and you're like, I don't have that. So the loneliness that you experience briefly can be very real. Once again, this is not the time that you want to reach out and try to latch on to somebody intimately, especially somebody you don't know very well. And once again, when we talk about these types of personalities, narcissists, they are excellent at saying, let's fill this time together. There's no reason to feel lonely. Let's waste this time doing whatever. Follow me. And they are excellent at creating this energy and these moments of making the loneliness disappear. when probably the best thing that you could do for yourself is allow yourself to feel that loneliness, experience it, right? There's nothing better than learning to depend on yourself instead of on somebody else to satisfy that need of loneliness, okay? So consider that. The last question that you should consider is, are you feeling needy? Are you feeling needy? Needy for what? What does this mean, Kevin? Well, perhaps you're going through a time in your life where maybe you haven't had a certain type of romantic connection with anybody. Maybe you haven't experienced affection in a while. Maybe you're thirsty. How many of you have been thirsty, hungry? Not trying to be crude, but it's a reality. Thirsty, hungry, needy for affection so that you can not have to feel the loneliness. You can see how these kind of string along and they all tie together. Being needy is not a good time to get involved with somebody. I relate this to going grocery shopping when you're hungry. How many of you have ever heard, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry? Why not? Well, obviously, because you're going to go in, you're going to buy all the Cheetos and Fritos and Ding Dongs and whatever else, and you're going to just start eating that stuff, and you're not going to really think about what's going to sustain you for the rest of the week or the rest of the month, which is what you really need to be shopping for. The same is true with your intimate relationships. If you go out and you start engaging with people out of a place of being needy, well, you're just going to grab on to whatever fun bag of Cheetos or Fritos or whatever Ding Dong is available, and you're going to try to eat that, and it's not going to sustain you. It's not going to be sustaining for a month. It's not going to be a good relationship for a month. Does this make sense? So what do all these three things have in common that I briefly talked about here? Number one, feeling lost. Number two, feeling lonely. Number three, feeling needy, hungry, thirsty, right? What do these all have in common? Well, we all experience these things. Even I experience these things, okay? Number two, these are all things that need to be sorted out internally. These are all things that we need to embrace in life. Our feelings of being lost is a time of self-discovery we need to work on ourselves. Or you can contact me for some one-on-one time, or get involved in the Royal Week coaching program. The point is that it's a time of self-discovery where you really need to sort out things about yourself. It has to do with you. The same is true with feeling lonely. Well, why do you feel lonely? What are the things that you're up against that cause you to feel lonely in life? Right? Feeling lonely oftentimes has to do with breaking down narratives that you've been given all of your life, right? You have to have this, you have to have that, you have to have a marriage, you have to have your family, your mom and dad, right? Everything from schools to churches to Christianity has been shoving down your throat what you should have in this life in order to feel good about yourself. This can all lead to feeling lonely. It can also lead to feeling lost. It can also lead to feeling needy. So that's what all of these have in common. They are all internal things that are best worked out, embraced, felt, and dealt with on your own, or with very close, mutually reciprocal, good relationships, which you may now discover that you only have a couple, maybe one. But like I said, these are things also sorted out great within groups of people who are working on the same things. Okay? So these three things are things you never want to go out feeling while you are looking for a new relationship. It will only lead to disaster. Because nobody, to be honest, can fill those things for you. Narcissists often have the appearance of being able to fill those things because they're so fun. And they're so all about you in the beginning. And they're so interesting and they're so exciting. All that's happening is you are bombarding and pushing out those things you ought to be dealing with, those three things. You're pushing them out with this momentary excitement, when really you should be feeling those things. And that's what I want to help you do. Feel with and deal with these things by yourself. I promise you, it's a lot better and easier to deal with these things on your own than to try to shove these things out of your way. Get involved with the narcissistic person who wants you to serve them, right? Now you got a whole new set of issues to deal with on your hands, right? How many of you have been there? As I said before, I am here for your support. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. In addition to that, I do have the brand new coaching program available. I'm excited about it. Check the link down below. You cannot afford to miss out on the group coaching program. It is daily live discussions, and we get a whole lot deeper.